Hi, welcome back. I'm Brainerror, and today we're going to do something completely different than usual. I am going to follow, as you can see on the screen, I'm going to follow a Bob Ross tutorial. Now this one's for beginners. I've never done a Bob Ross tutorial, even though I grew up watching him and he was the main inspiration for me to try oil painting when I was little. And I had a knack for it. It's just costs of materials drove me to digital, unfortunately. But hopefully in the future I do want to go back to proper painting, and yeah, I will definitely do this again with a proper canvas and following him step by step as he goes along. But I asked a long ass time ago whether you'd be interested in me doing a Bob Ross tutorial. And at the time you all said yes, but I know this was over a year ago at least, and stuff happened and kept forgetting about it. Or I remembered and I wasn't in the right frame of mind for it, because I can't always just pump out art. I have to be in the right mood for it. And today I was like, yes, I found a tutorial. It's about 26 minutes. It will probably be a bit longer because I'll be pausing in between, because I want to really take in what he says, pause, and then try to recreate it. Of course, I'm doing digital, so it will be very different. But I'll try my best. We'll see how it goes, and if I can make anything resembling what he had in mind. So this one's going to be a mountain summit. It's from season 13, episode 10, and I wonder when this was aired. I wonder if I was actually like watching that I've actually watched this. I can't remember whether he started in the 80s or in the 70s, but I definitely grew up with him, and me and my dad used to watch him all the time. I think my mom did as well, but I don't remember that as well. I just know that he was a main source of inspiration, like he has been for many people. And also animal care. He was a big animal lover, you know. So yeah, let's try this.
Welcome back. I'm certainly glad you decided to spend a half hour with us today. I think you'll enjoy the little painting we're going to do, and I hope you take the time to paint along. Or you pull up your old easy chair and just relax with us. I thought today we'd just do a fun painting, one that's a lot of... you'll have a good time with it. Let's just do it. Let's start
He's
out
like
and
me,
run
not
all the
very
colors
good with
across the
words.
screen that you need to paint along with me, and they'll come across as usual in the same order as I have them on the palette. While they're doing that, shoot, let's go on up here and get started. We have our canvas up, the liquid whites on it, it's ready. So I'm going to start off today with a little bit of phthalo blue. We'll use the old 2-inch brush. Grab a touch of the midnight black also. Phthalo blue and midnight black.
I'm just going to see what color it is.
And let's go up here and just using our little crisscross strokes, let's just drop in a...
Okay. Alright, I had to quickly find a brush that I could use. I think I found one that I am comfortable with. I think I've roughly got the color as well. It's going to be a little bit tricky doing it like this.
Sky. Just start at the top and work all the way across. Just making little X's.
I can't make any X's.
And your color is mixing with the liquid white continually and
well,
automatically.
it isn't. It isn't. Alright, let me just watch a bit more to see what gradient he wants. I think he wants it further down as well. I think he's got more like a... Automatically.
Your sky will get lighter and lighter toward the horizon.
Yeah.
And that's one of those little tricks that help create the illusion of depth in your painting.
How far down are you gonna go?
As things get farther away from you in the landscape, they should get lighter in value. So let the liquid white work, and it'll happen automatically here.
I don't have a liquid white, Bob.
Okay. And just sort of blend it all together. There we are.
Alright, thank you. The sound is terrible on that. It's very old footage, of course. Let me see. It's really hard to do this actually digitally, because I keep on thinking traditionally as well, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. Like, if I had a canvas, it would actually be easier for me to follow those instructions than having to translate it to something digital. Okay, I won't make it too smooth. Let's see what else he needs us to do.
Very lightly, just go across it. Takes out the brush strokes. Isn't that easy? You've got a fantastic little sky. Now, while we have that color on the brush, I'll add just a little more.
Okay.
Blue and black. And let's have a little touch of water in this painting today.
Oh, God.
So, now once again, we want it to be lighter toward the horizon. So start at the bottom and work upward.
Oh.
Your darker color then will be down here on the base.
Okay.
See there? And then just work upward. And automatically, once again, it'll get lighter in value.
I'll see what he wants us to do
as it
first,
works
though.
upward toward the horizon. Okay, and then we'll need some water on the other side. Don't want it left out. I don't know exactly where land's going to be and water's going to be. So we just cover it all with water. And if we want a tree to live here or here, we'll just drop it in. There.
There. I think I got it. I also had to change my canvas size because he's got more of a square canvas and I had a rectangle. So, yeah, that is really great if you want to translate what he's doing. Okay, next step. We've got most of the sky, most of it. He's got more of a defined line of white in the middle. So I might have to touch that up a little bit, but let's go.
And we wash our brushes with good old odorless thinner. I never use turpentine when I'm washing brushes.
Tapping those brushes.
It leaves a residue on your brushes, which is very difficult to get out. Plus, it smells bad. Oh, it smells terrible. One drop of turpentine in your house, and you'll be working by yourself, I'll tell you. Because you'll burn everybody in the house out.
That's what I use,
Titanium
turpentine.
white, we'll just use the old 2-inch brush. What the heck? Let's build just a happy little cloud.
Little clouds.
One of the easiest ways to make little clouds is just take the corner of the brush and just tap the canvas with it.
Oh, of course.
Just tap the canvas. We just want a little floater that lives up there in the sky.
A little floater
Just
that
have a good
lives
time.
up in the sky.
Just tap. And you can make him as thick or as thin as you want him. Whatever. We'll give
Whatever.
him a friend.
It's just a fucking
There.
cloud, whatever.
All you have to do though is just tap. Now if you want your clouds to look more distinct and brighter, make your sky a little darker. And when you're using only white paint, then that son of a gun will jump out at you. If you have a sky that's not very dark and you put white paint against it, then you don't have much contrast, so it won't look too bright.
And then smooth it out.
There. Now I'm just going to stir these up a little. Just mix them a little bit. Give them a little. This is to me is the way I fluff the cloud up. Just sort of fluff it up. Let a little wind run through it. There. And then very lightly, just barely grazing the canvas. Caress the canvas.
I would love to do this on a real canvas.
Just blend it together. And that's one of the nicest, easiest little ways to make a cloud. Okay.
right. Is that all the
Now,
clouds?
Tell you what, let's build us a little mountain today.
Okay. Clouds first. Clouds. Right. So I can either do it the way he said, which I'm not quite sure how I would do digitally with the brushes I have, or I can do it with a cloud brush. I'll try both and see which one I like best. But for me, one of the best things is that I can make a new layer and then I can just delete that layer if I want to. So this canvas that I currently have, this one here, it's just gonna stay like that unless I touch it. So now I'm on a new layer over here, and that means that I can draw on that and I won't be touching the other layer at all, which is one of the best things about digital painting or drawing, because you can have as many layers as you want and they won't be interfering with each other. So if you make a mistake, you can just delete that layer or whatever, and then it won't affect any of the others, which for me is really good because my brain fogginess, and I can be quite clumsy as well. Sometimes my motor skills don't work very well. So for me, it's like not wasting materials, because that's what I used to have as well. It's like I have a few canvases lying around with like layers and layers of paint on it where I made a mistake, then I had to go over it again, and then I just felt like I was wasting paint. I was wasting materials. I was wasting my money and my time. So if you have a bad paint day, it really doesn't do you any good. But with this, I could just go, bloop, fine. Same with digital photography. I love film photography. I love it. But I just felt like I was going to be wasting all the materials, because you can't tell whether you've taken a good shot or not unless you develop it, and then you know. And usually 80% of the time it was full of disappointment. So yeah, there's good and bad sides to both. Okay, that'll do it for clouds. Let's make another layer and listen to what he wants us to do for a mountain.
You know, it's funny, I get a lot of letters from people, and sometimes they say, Bob, I'm tired of mountains, do something different. And then I get probably as many letters that say, do more mountains. So, if you don't want a mountain in your painting, just leave that little rascal out. But if you want a mountain, then you have it.
Exactly.
Ken will take some black, some Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, and mix it together.
Oh.
Pull it out very flat, cut across, and we have our little roll of paint out here on the edge of the knife. There it is. Now just decide where your mountain lives in your world, and push very firmly, and just drop that little rascal in. And the only thing you're worried about is a nice outside edge. You don't care what's happening on the inside right now.
Okay.
You will later, but right now, we're just looking for a nice outside edge. And as I say, use a lot of pressure here. Push that paint right into the fabric. Now, scrape off all the excess paint. Just get in there and really scrape it off. You're not going to hurt the canvas. There we go.
Okay, let's do that first. So what I love as well is that people complain about there being a mountain in it when like the title is literally Mountain Summit. So with him saying, just leave it out, it's like, well, can't really because it's a mountain summit. But yeah, I can understand he's a bit peeved. I'd be annoyed too. Okay, let's see what else he wants me to do.
With our large brush, we'll just pull that.
Alright.
And then it'll mix with the liquid white that's on the canvas, and automatically it'll get lighter and lighter down toward the base.
Okay.
Just softer and softer. There we go. And that son of a gun should look like it's just sort of floating right up here in the sky. And that gives you a nice base now to begin putting highlight.
Alright. Highlights on, I'm not even done it. Right, I got my mountain. It's a little bit weirder. It looks a little bit more like a... I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. Let's see what I gotta do next.
So,
highlights.
Brush again. I like to wash these brushes.
Fabbity fab.
Shake it off. There we go.
I love that he laughs every time. It's great.
Now then, today I'm just going to use... Let's just take titanium white. Pull it out very flat. It's just plain old white. Now this is one of those times you really need a firm paint. This paint should be very firm.
Firm.
People say, how firm is it? Look at that. The knife literally sticks right on the palette. It's very firm. Cut off a little roll of paint, like so. Now then, no pressure. No pressure. There. See there? Just touch.
And go.
And just let it flow right down the side of the
No, I don't want to do that.
But no pressure. You want it to break like this and have all those little holes and bumps in it. There we go. And up here. See there? It's so easy at times, it's hard. There we go. No pressure though. Can't say that enough times.
No
Probably
pressure.
The most common mistake made.
Alright, I got a mountain. It was hard because I had no idea how to recreate that technique, but I found a particular oil brush that I had that kind of gave the broken up feeling about it. Not really totally what he had in mind, but I'll leave it at this. I think it looks mountain-esque enough, so let's continue.
Everything's nice here. Okay, now then with a large brush, I want to create the illusion of mist. So all I'm going to do here is just tap.
Yes, mist.
Tap the base.
Tap the base, hey?
Following the angles in the mountain. Always following those angles. And then lift upward.
Alright.
See? And all that little misty things just sort of happen.
Alright. Does that look like a misty mountain to you? That was a little easier. Literally 5 seconds.
Bring it together. Okay. And that's all there is to it. Let's have some fun. We're going to mix up some black.
Weren't we having fun already?
Blue. Shoot, we'll throw some Van Dyke, some crimson in there. A little sap green. Whatever you got.
I need water.
Mainly dark colors. There, let me clean the knife off. Now let's use our old fan brush today. Let's go in here and load some color right onto the brush.
I only got one brush.
Just load both sides of the brush up.
Alright.
Now then, let's have some fun. Let's just push in. Maybe there's some little background things that live way back in the distance back here.
Oh.
Far away. And I'm just pushing and making the bristles bend upward.
His shadows are better than mine.
Just la 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 do 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 do. Just be happy, enjoy, have fun. There. Now I want some reflections under this, so I just grab the bottom of it and pull it straight down. See there? Because the canvas is wet, you can do this and get away with it. If you had a dry canvas, you'd be in agony city.
Alright, let's try this first. Right.
Then go gently across, just like so. See? And instant reflections.
Continue.
Just a few. It's too far away to see a lot of detail. You can grab that and lift upward, make it look like little distant trees.
Oh.
See, that paint moves on there. There we go. All kinds of little things. Little yellow ochre in there too. What the heck? Maybe we'll have some nice fall-looking colors in this painting. With all the shiny colors. A little liquid white. Pull it out flat. And then just cut across. Okay? Now then with that, we can just come right up in here. Oh. And we'll just cut in a happy little waterline. Act like you're just trying to cut a hole right through the canvas.
Alright.
Back and forth.
I will.
This canvas is tough. Chances are you couldn't hurt it if you wanted to. There, see?
Alright.
And maybe there's a little ripple lives out here. And one out here, wherever you want them.
Wherever you want them. It's fine. Let's continue. I've done my bushes.
Okay.
I'm kind of...
But notice how these are going in layers. Those layers, little Indian yellow too, are what create the illusion of depth in your bushes. Reverse it, drop in a few. See there? Just reverse your brush.
Yeah, I've already done my bushes. I'm not going to bush anymore. I have enough bush.
Bright red once in a while too. Ooh, that's a pretty one sitting over here in the corner.
It's taken a lot longer than I wanted, by the
right
way.
Into the water. Now then.
Why are the bushes going into the water?
With a clean, dry 2-inch brush.
Right.
Just
I already
barely
done
touch
that.
the top. Just graze it. Just barely touch. And then go across. And that makes those beautiful mirror reflections.
Yes, crap.
Okay, thought you'd like it. It's always fun. I'm going to go into some Van Dyke Brown.
Okay, what else are we going to do?
Into here. Sure, we need something for all these little bushes and trees to stand on. Don't want them to fall over here in the water and make a big splash. There we go. And we take the same old brown, add a little white to it.
A little white.
Come back. Just add the indication of a few highlights here.
Right.
Just here and there. Just barely grazing.
Right.
Just grazing.
Alright. How many more minutes? 6 more minutes. What else are you gonna add?
Got this whole other side to do over here. Take the 2-inch brush.
Oh god.
Go right into my dark color. A lot of paint on the bristles.
I'm happy with how it is.
Okay, let's go up here. Maybe on this side, let's get brave. This is your bravery test today. I like to give those. Over here lives a big tree. Don't think I have to say that again. Boy, that's pretty evident. That's a big tree. There he is. This will really check your bravery out. There he is. There.
Okay. I will try my best. I need another layer for that. Yeah, so I kind of made this a little bit more static than he did. The whole, like, land stuff. I kind of zoned out, I guess. But it's not too bad looking. This has taken a really long time because I have to go from traditional to digital, and I've never really done that step by step without any prep before. I've never done it actually, but I just did it out of the blue and it's without prep, so it's taking me a long ass time, and I don't want it to take a long ass time anymore.